Lock in, nephews, because tonight we need to talk about that woman who says she's chill. You know what I'm talking about, nephews. The one who talks about that she's low maintenance. The one who tells you that she goes with the flow. The one that's no drama, easy to be around. Hey, that sounds good, right, nephews? Sounds peaceful. That sounds simple. It sounds like finally I don't have to overthink this one. And that's exactly where a lot of you guys mess up. Because the moment you hear that this woman is chill, you relax too much. You stop leading. You stop setting the direction. You stop paying attention. You stop vetting. And now you're not being easygoing. You're actually being passive, nephews. And that's the difference. An easygoing man still has structure. A passive man, well, he's just waiting around to see what happens. And easygoing man keeps his peace. A passive man, he tends to avoid tension. And I got to tell you, nephews, that's where attraction dies. Because when a woman says she's chill, that does not mean you get to become lazy in how you move. It means that you need even more discernment, because sometimes chill, well, it means she generally is peaceful. She's emotionally regulated, and she can even be flexible. That's a green flag. But sometimes that word chill, nephews, that means she has no direction, no standards, no emotional ownership, and no ability to communicate until resentment builds. That's not peace. That's avoidance wearing a hoodie. Now, look, nephews, we're not here to tear women down. All right, we're here to expose patterns so men stop ignoring them. I'm going to keep it real with you, nephew. Your job is not to judge her. Your job is to vet her. Okay. Does chill come with consistency? Does low maintenance, does that come with self-respect? Does go with the flow still have boundaries? Or does no drama? Does that mean peace? Or nephews, does that mean she's avoiding accountability? That's the game. While you're vetting her, nephew, you better be vetting yourself too. Because if her relaxed energy makes you lose your standards, that's not her fault. That's your weakness showing. So tonight on Swipe Smarter, we're breaking down real women's Bumble dating profiles, that feel easy, the ones that feel relaxed, the ones that feel effortless. And we're showing you where men lose position, not because these women have tricked you, but because you stop moving like a man who has direction. So nephews, call in, drop your questions in the chat, email Uncle Johnny, stay grounded, stay intentional, and let's all start swiping smarter. Johnny, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Right, Uncle Bill, my email. Well, I'm Johnny Gumbel. I'm a personal trainer and life coach that's going to feed you absolutely zero bullshit. My email is actually in the live chat right now. Questions about your current relationship, situationship, whatever it might be, email them to us. We have a show every Monday night at 9:35 p.m. Come rain, shine, hell, or high water. And we're going to be able to break those down, the situations and the signs that maybe you missed on the way to being in the situation that caused you to write into your uncles in the first place. Now, I give men real talk on fitness, mindset, and most of all dating, so you can stop getting played and start winning. And believe me, winning is important when it comes to drafting the right prospect. Right down the hill from me here in Pittsburgh, there are the better part of 1 million people taking part in witnessing this NFL draft. And you know something? I've stayed the hell away from downtown this time. I love being in the middle of the action. Not today. Anyway, here's the thing. I bring that up because that was something stupid that I was originally contemplating. No, young men, if you are contemplating something and it sounds stupid, it sounds crazy, it sounds fiscally or financially irresponsible, especially if you are doing it to get the girl, talk to us first. Shoot me an email. Call in, for Christ's sake. Bill, put the number up if you would, please. Because one of us has probably done it and found out the hard way why you don't do it. Now, Uncle Bill was telling you earlier, we're trying to help young men avoid the kinds of mistakes that we see on online dating and communication in general. And one of those things is working too hard to win the audition, or an act that I like to call simping. Remember, gentlemen, simps are not victims. Even though they will feel like them and act like one, they are volunteers, because you simply gave and gave and gave because you just thought that was going to lasso her in. So remember one thing: she can't belong to the streets and on a pedestal at the same time. But as your screw up uncles, we've got great stories that the family can tell you. We got great stories that we can tell you. And believe me, we're not proud of the choices that we've made over the last, 20, 25 years of our life, Uncle Bill. But what we are proud of is the men that we've become as a result of the lessons learned from the consequences that, by the way, unlike your actions, we don't get to choose. I guess the easy way to say it is we screwed up, so you don't have to.
All right, nephews. Without further ado, hey, real quick, hold on. TikTok, we're live over on YouTube. You can join the rest of the panel. You can check out these profiles. Please join us. Call in with your questions. Become part of the show. We appreciate you guys that ask questions.
Or at least troll us.
Without further ado, Johnny, let's get to these profiles. That's why everybody's here, right? They want us to bring out these lovely ladies. They don't really want to hear us talk.
Well, all right, in that case, let's get ready to bumble.
All right, nephew. So there's a few rules to this. These are the random profiles that Bumble's going to throw at me tonight. That's in my local area. And so I have no idea what's going to pop up on the screen. Now, I got to go through each one of these profiles first to make sure that there's nothing in it that I can't share. So I'm going to be jumping back and forth a little bit. If you have questions about some of these profiles, call in about them.
Yeah, dude, seriously.
So tonight, shout out to Mini Mom. Mini Mom's with us.
Hey, there she is.
Hey, Mini Mom is my unofficial wingman. She's been watching us so long, Johnny. She just knows the kind of women I like, the ones that, you know what I'm saying, I'm in alignment with.
Right. She used to, she kind of in a way sort of vetted dates for her little brother, from what I'm told.
All right. That's what's up.
Bless that bitch.
All right. First profile tonight, Johnny. We got Reese. And Reese's here. Reese is 34.
Like chocolate and peanut butter?
She's a mobile notary.
Okay. So she'll come to your house and make sure that the signature's legal. I'm there. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to need you to come to the crib. And
that means she's going to be keeping a record of every fucking stupid thing you say during an argument. Trust me. She'll have it notarized. Reese. She can notarize it herself.
She says, swipe left.
We don't want to deal with that.
Soft heart, high standards, a little playful, a little polished. I appreciate consistency.
Bless that bitch.
Good energy, and someone who knows how to enjoy life without overthinking it. If you can make me laugh, keep your word, and bring a calm, grounded vibe, we'll get along just fine.
You know, to the untrained eye, that seems like the company line, but the way she puts it eloquently and in unusual and unique terms makes me see that, okay, she does want what most people want, but she actually has a much better way of saying it. So far, so good.
All right. Well, surface level, when I read soft heart, high standards, playful, polished, consistency, good energy. I feel like a lot of guys would read this and think that she seems easy to get along with, or just be chill and make her laugh. And Johnny, I think they're walking right into a trap.
Okay, you got this.
Okay. All right. So let me tell you what soft-hearted, high standards means, nephews. I'm going to break this down for you. This means don't get comfortable. Okay. This is a warning disguised as warmth. She's open emotionally, but filters pretty hard. All right. So most men hear soft heart and they go soft.
I'm going to say she's sorry, good.
No, go ahead. Well, Johnny, I was going to say they ignore the high standards part, and that's exactly where they get eliminated.
Right. And I think the thing that really gets in the way for a lot of these guys is she's describing the type of girl she is with a man that she is actually biologically attracted to. So if you are not that guy, you're not going to have that experience, and you're going to think she's full of shit because she wasn't soft-hearted enough for you. No, she's soft-hearted. She's just not attracted to you, brother.
Okay, now the playful and polish. This is kind of like a balance requirement. Like she's telling us, Johnny, that she's got personality, but she carries herself well. Now, if you use a translation for me, is that she wants a man who can be light but composed, engaging but still controlled. A lot of you guys, you go too playful, and then you look like you're not serious. Like there's no reason for her to take you serious, bro. And then the other opposite of that is when you get too polished and you look stiff, and both of those are a mistake. Now,
and to my gym bros, real quick, I'm just going to say, when you're trying to stand that perfect way that shows your muscles off exactly the way you want to, she can absolutely 100% tell that you're doing that shit on purpose. Now, whether that makes her attracted to you or not, I don't know, but I'm going to tell you the majority of the time, it's probably going to look more comical than anything else. Remember, if you are not confident and you try to play confident, it will come across either creepy or cheesy every single time.
Now, the part about consistency, Johnny,
carry yourself like you carry yourself, not like you think she wants you to carry yourself.
I actually like women who put stuff about consistency in their profiles like this, because it tells me that you don't get a second chance. So, and this is big. This means no hot, cold behaviors. This means no disappearing acts. This means no emotional swings. If you're inconsistent early, you're done. There's no coming back from that.
No. Well, I mean, because there's a loss of respect. There's a loss of belief in that person's ability to lead.
Now, I like that
leaders are consistent, not intermittent.
I like that she's asking for us to bring a calm, grounded vibe, because I feel like this is an emotional stability test, and I'll tell you, it's one that I'll ace, because she's screening for non-reactivity, emotional control, or even like leadership under pressure. And if you get too excited, you get too reactive or too eager, women like this pull back right away.
Yep.
Now, Johnny, the company line here, make me laugh. Now,
well, I mean, look, as much as I know that does tend to be mentioned an awful lot when it comes to profiles, that is one company line that I'm not always going to call bullshit on, even though it is the company line, because she likes to laugh. And on the surface, and as far as she knows, it means she likes the guy with a great sense of humor to her and to you. But the thing of it is, I swear there is still a biological thing to this. Now, look, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a clinical psychologist. But what I do believe is, because she wants you to be able to make her laugh, she wants you to be able to elicit a positive response that maybe she doesn't necessarily have control over. She wants you to make her uncontrollably attracted to you. It should be the underlying theme, because think about it. If you can elicit a positive reaction, yet a positive yet uncontrollable reaction, such as laughter, I've said this before, I'll say it again. What other kinds of positive but not necessarily controllable reactions can you maybe get from her? Not saying you can, not saying you can't, but that will pique her curiosity. And again, that gives her another layer to explore of you, if you are confident enough and you are, cognizant enough to share it.
Now, nephews, let me tell you how to pull this off. When a woman is saying, make me laugh in her dating profiles, what she really is wanting is a lightness without you losing frame.
Right.
She's not asking you to entertain her. She's asking, can you bring light energy without becoming the entertainer? And a lot of you guys fail here. Now, Johnny, something else I noticed here, and not just, I love women who go to the gym, so you know what I mean? Shout
Absolutely.
out to her.
Bless that bitch.
You got to respect anybody who works on themselves.
Absolutely.
And that booty was not an accident.
This part kind of sticks out for me. Take me off this app. Now, A lot of guys, you're going to see this and you're going to mess up. What this means is you have to have direction in your life. There's direction required here, nephews.
Yeah, that does not mean sweep her off her feet with all the things that you want to give her.
Yeah, she doesn't want a relationship immediately. You're absolutely right, Johnny.
But you know, Uncle Bill, a lot of guys are going to, here's my concern, Uncle Bill. A lot of guys are going to read that and say, oh my God, if all I do is pour my soul out to her and give her the world, she'll be mine. How close is that to the truth, Bill?
All right.
How close is Sagittarius A?
1 second, Johnny. Hey, JD Fit, I'd love to have you on the panel, but we really do the live over on YouTube. I just started going live on my TikTok to bring y'all into the discussion. So I will get with you on that, and Johnny and I might bring you onto the panel and include you into the show, because I've seen some of your TikToks and the stuff you do, and it's really impressive, sir. Shout out to you.
JD Fit, man. It's good to hear from you, man. I've seen it
over on TikTok, guys. Go check him out.
I've seen a couple too. Yeah, thanks, JD, man. Good to see you.
All right. So when I see take me off this app, like I said, she's saying move with intention, nephews. Don't linger in the app phase. Now, something Johnny and I are always talking about is how to move these women off of this app. And like, if you're chatting too long, if you have no direction, if you have no plan, this is where you're going to get left behind.
These guys get sucked into that so easily too.
Well, you know, Johnny, there's a lot of things they get sucked into with these dating profiles, and that's why they got us here. That's why we break these down. That's why we give them the game on how to move.
Yeah, now, I mean, and the thing is, like I say, we're not telling you not to, you know, discuss and be open and honest and this and that. We're not telling you that at all. We're just saying you don't need to spread all 52 cards out on the table the first 2 or 3 times you talk to her.
All right, nephews, here's where you guys are going to fumble Reese here. All right, you're going to get too relaxed because she feels easy, or you're going to become overly agreeable with her. Or
and if you're
Johnny,
that guy, and if you're that guy, you're going to start becoming insecure about her going to the gym, which she's already been doing since before she met you, by the way.
Now you're just another guy talking to her. All right, so I would say, now I don't even know if I'm going to swipe on this one yet, Johnny, but with Reese, with most of these women, it's important to stay grounded, be direct, and slightly playful. And I think this is where a lot of you guys mess up. You don't know how to be direct with women. You don't know how to set the date within the first 3 or 4 messages.
Man, and that's so important.
Overtalk, you overperform, you overstay on apps like this, and then you seem really sweet and easy to talk to, but nephews, you got no edge. You're basic. She's going to be bored.
Yeah.
Now,
and that's just it. We're not saying that you should be providing the other side of that coin, I should say. Well, excuse me. We're not saying that you need to be providing, you know, such an amazing experience by spending all this money or doing this. No, we're telling you the opposite of that.
All right,
what we're saying is,
hold on, Johnny. JD's got a comment here. He hopped over to the YouTube so he could he could be on here.
Oh, cool, man.
Yeah. Okay, so you've been talking to this girl. Give us the game, JD. You've been talking to this girl. You having some problems with it? What's going on?
Actually, while we're waiting for him to answer that, guys, if you've had a crazy experience, absolutely, you know, happy, sad, negative, positive, or whatever it is with online dating, something that sticks out in your memory, leave it in the comments. We'd love to see it. Leave it in the live chat.
I apologize. I'm bouncing back and forth between screens here.
That's all right.
All right.
It's a cost of getting popular, man, but we're gonna figure that out.
We got a live number, JD. You can call in. It's 330-269-5142. Call in with your questions, sir. We'd love to help you out. All right, back to the profile, Johnny. We're waiting on JD. Take me off this app. I like women who work out.
Yeah. I like anybody who works on themselves.
All right. Good energy, consistency, playful, polished. All of this seems kind of in alignment, but you know what I don't see, Johnny? I don't see anything about cooking here. I don't see anything about some of the other stuff that I enjoy doing. And
well, maybe, but here's the thing. One inference that I'm making here is with the kind of shape she's in, I'm pretty sure that she does a lot of the things in the kitchen as well as what she's doing in the gym. So, I mean, I think that I'm not saying that makes her automatically a good cook, but I do believe that she has a good understanding of nutrition.
all right, Mini Mom, what do you think? Yes, no, so I swipe right. So we keep going. I'm not 100% on this one, Mini Mom. I don't know. There are some things I like. There are some things I don't like. But here's what you got to understand. We're not out here swiping just to swipe. I swipe with intention because I move with intention. All right, Mini Mom's saying left. Hold on, JD. I don't know why it's not ringing. Here we go.
I got to get a button that goes to the left, to the left. I need that.
All right, JD, can you hear me? Johnny, can you hear him?
I cannot.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello, what's going
There.
on, sir? How can we help you out?
Oh, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I got you, man.
Yeah. Man, I'm a bit nervous. Okay. Straight to the point. I seen y'all content. I was like, man, these guys, first and foremost, is doing great work, dropping a lot of game, for us guys out there and, whoever else. So I've
Thanks,
been
man.
talking to this girl for about 4 months, and, everything going good at first. We're going to know each other, simple relationship stuff. I found out she was talking to her ex, like, almost a month later. We're really fresh into it, so I found that out. It's just like gut feeling instinct. I never, I never had a real thought of her cheating, but it's just something, gut feeling. So I addressed it, and like they do come back crying and saying, "I'm gonna change and I'm so sorry," and all this, bull crap. So my first mistake, because I've been really single for a long time, just focusing on myself. So I really never tapped into relationship and had that real world experience. But I have developed my own sense of mentality when it comes to self, and what I stand on and what I don't. So straight to the biggest problem that my biggest mistake was taking her back and not delaying, taking her back, not with full open arms, but basically with open arms, nothing ever happened, but still with resentment and stuff like that a little bit. But that was my first biggest mistake, was taking her back and not addressing addressing boundaries and moving accordingly, pulling my axis back and really standing firm on that, and showing her hey, look, I don't really care, I'm good without you and stuff like that. So that was first and foremost. So a couple weeks later, I found out she was talking to him again. So this time, it's different. Before I found out again, I was doing a whole bunch of more inner work, just journaling, and I'm religious, I'm a Christian, so reading my Bible and just hitting the gym. That's the stuff I
This is the baby.
Love to hear that.
I found out she was doing it again, and this time, I told her, I listed boundaries, and this time I truly, pulled my axis back and, put more time into myself, and, just pull it back, not out of tactics or anything, but to see if is this girl truly, because she said, "Oh, I want to work on this, I want you," so. So, I just started focusing more on me and seeing okay, if I don't initiate, would she, pull, lean in on is her actions resembling over time, consistently that, she definitely wants this. But I got more to a deeper state in mind and understanding, at this point, I know what I truly want, and I feel as though she don't know what she truly want, and it's just a whole bunch of mixed signals, and it's not evident and clear that she chose me, because the whole relationship, she really wasn't choosing me. So now it's I'm choosing myself now. You feel me?
Nephew, Johnny, go ahead and take it first.
Well,
Or you want me to
okay,
go first?
so here's the thing that I think happened here. The first time you found out about this, she promised to change. She probably love bombed you, and like you said, she probably gave you every promise that this kind of thing was not going to happen again. And here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you right now, I've been in this boat. And so what ended up happening was you forgave and tried to move on. But two things happened here. Number one, her betrayal is always still going to be that, dark gray cloud hanging heavy over your head, no matter how you try to disperse it. Number two is that it sounds to me like because there was a second time, she simply found a way to get a little bit better at getting away with it. And it wasn't even, I don't even know that I would say, I mean, of course, the loss of her losing a little bit of respect for you might have been part of it, but I don't think that that was really the whole thing. I think the whole thing of it is that she was enjoying whatever dopamine rush it brought, whatever made her feel better about it. But man, what kills me is, and what really hurts me for you, man, is that you were the kind-hearted, forgiveness-minded person that decided to say, hey, you know what, people make mistakes. And to experience that again after swallowing so much of what had happened, and trying to move forward with perfect love and perfect trust, which I got to tell you, for me, if you cheat on me, it's never going to be reestablished. And, I know that some people can change, and to them I say, hey, fantastic, but I think that when it comes to things that are motivated by our hormones, motivated by our primal instincts, I'm not saying that it's not a person's fault, but I'm saying it's hard to break yourself of that. And I guess what I'm trying to say is there's no reason for you to believe there wouldn't be a third time. I guess it's my thing.
Definitely.
Nephew, look, 1 month in, that's not a small issue. That is a clarity moment. And let me tell you what this actually means. All right. And I'm not going to sugarcoat this because I appreciate you calling in tonight. If she's talking to her ex 1 month into dealing with you, this woman's not emotionally available. All right, she hasn't closed that chapter in her life yet. All right. And it's not her clear choice yet. So you're in a rotation, brother, and you're not in a position of priority. So when you start asking, like, is she doing this? Should I stay? How do I fix it? That's the wrong question, because now you're trying to manage her behavior instead of evaluating it. So now the correct frame here, nephew, it's really not about controlling her. It's more about what you accept, because early on, people will show you their real situation, not just their potential. Okay. And all right. So here's what I want to know. Did she tell you about the ex, or did you find out about it?
I found out the same way. Just that instinct. I found out twice. I said, hey, I can't find my phone. I went to the car. Hey, I was getting this feeling. I checked her phone and I just said, oh, shoot, okay. I was surprised, but I really wasn't surprised because, I don't know, it was just that feeling. And then I found out, 2 weeks later, literally the same way, like a fool would do the same thing or repeat it twice. So I found it out again, and I was like, okay.
All right. So next question, is this communication between them casual, or is this something that's emotional?
It's definitely on the text messages, it's casual communication, but obviously I'm not there for in person. You don't know what the next person doing behind your back, so it's definitely emotional too.
All right, last question here. In the messages that you've seen, is this woman setting boundaries, or is she keeping that door open for this ex?
Okay, so when I definitely keeping the door open, but when I found out the first time, she called on the phone in front of me and told him, I don't want you anymore, so and so, just fronting, in the moment, fronting to do whatever it is, so she won't lose me. Obviously, the emotion still was deep down inside her, and she knew that. So the boundaries came afterwards, and it really wasn't nothing that she really could have sustained in her own life, in her own mind. It really was just from pressure of just losing the relationship. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's talk about 1 month in, because you've been seeing her for a month, so she doesn't have to be in love after a month. And honestly,
Right.
I'm going to keep it real with you. She doesn't even have to be exclusive with you after a month, nephew, but she should be emotionally available. She should be moving forward with you and not backward. And I'm going to keep it real here. She should not entertain past attachments. That's done. That's dead. So here's what you don't do. Okay, let me give you a little game here. Whatever you do, don't compete with her ex. Don't try to win this woman over, and don't waste your time giving her speeches about loyalty, because
Not only that, even if you could win her over, why would you want to? I mean,
well,
that would basically be that would basically be like saying, not only do I want more abuse, I am willing to compete for you to come back and give me some more of a beating.
Real talk.
well, that's how you lose respect. All right, but here's what I want you to do. I want you to stay calm. I want you to stay grounded and stay clear. So you're gonna be upfront with her and direct. And you're gonna say, I'm not interested in building something with somebody who's tied to their past. And if that's where you're at, look, I respect that, but I'm going to move accordingly. And then watch her actions.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, and I'm very big on bottom lining actions. Absolutely. You know, people can tell you anything they want, you know, but I mean, they got to believe what you do. Well, believe what she does.
All right, now you got two.
One more time.
John, tell them about bottom lining her actions,
I
and
said-
I'm going to tell them it's two possible outcomes here for this.
Words can lie, actions cannot. So pay attention to those actions and make sure they match the words. If they don't, you already know what you're looking at integrity wise. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's all about the actions. It's all about the reasoning. You got to ask yourself, does a person who does this, is this the act of somebody who is interested, someone who cares, or no?
All right, so if you tell her that you're not interested in building something with someone who's still tied to her past, one of two things is going to happen. She's either going to correct it, and what that's going to look like is she's going to set boundaries with the ex. She's going to show you consistency, and she's going to invest in you. And your other outcome, nephew, is that she doesn't correct it, and she keeps contacting him. She gets defensive. She starts minimizing it. And if that happens, you only have one option, sir. You got to fall back. No drama, no arguments. Because this is what vetting looks like in real time. It's not how do I keep her, but does she qualify for me?
JD, I think this comes down to a choice. Do I want to spend the next few years of my life policing her and her actions, or do I want to spend the next few months finding somebody that I don't have to worry about at all?
My boundaries and stuff like that. Literally, like this whole process, like I've seen online about emotional attachment and all that, and you know, me being who I am at the core, I'm like kind of different. Like I came to this relationship, show it up authentically, genuinely. I'm not the type to go out here and buy. I don't lead with my wallet, none of that. I'm very like, you know, grounded in who I am and stable with that. So more so, it was like, more so, it's like mentally, you know, where mentally, like this is more of a mental aspect, and you're definitely right about the competing thing. Like I never looked at it, like even seeing her act in person is like, okay, like I never even looked at this guy as like somebody like, you know, I gotta compete with, or just in general, I don't have that mindset is what I'm saying. And I fell back, like right now in the process, like she, you know, it was kind of like, I guess, you know, heavy and pressure all around. So I just fall back, you know, started doing me, just out of, you know, what I do in my day-to-day life, not out of like games or tactics and anything of that nature. And, you know, seeing if this woman actions match her words, if she's consistent with it, if she's intentional, if she's accountable, to show accountability, show ownership of everything, and have the intention to truly move on. And, you know, I didn't put a deadline on that because I'm not like, there's a deadline, but I'm just watching and seeing. But I know, you know, that actions don't lie, and I definitely will make my, you know, final decision off of her actions. And if she do show consistency and stuff, you know, I would slowly, you know, open it up very slowly. But right now, I'm just, you know, being mutual. You know, I'm not overextending, and I'm not, you know, being cold. I'm just meeting her right where, things are, and just taking it more slower and just being way more grounded in my approach, and just left the relationship talks alone, left the, heavy conversations. Like if she want to bring that up, I'm like, okay, and go off that. But right now, I'm just like really focused on, stuff that I have to do in my life, as a young man, and prioritize that. Because, at the end of the day, I can't control the next person. And I'm not really like, I'm in my mindset of like, either she wants it or she don't. But I'm going to continue, doing me and being me. Because I know.
Hey, nephew, I'm impressed. You sound grounded. You have clarity. You have discernment. I think you have everything you need to go forth and conquer. My personal opinion, and I'm telling you, charge her to the game, bro. And
that's it.
Just find yourself somebody who wouldn't disrespect you like that. You definitely have standards. You have your head on your shoulders. I'm proud of you. And like I said, thank you for calling in.
We are proud of you. Yes.
You got any other questions? Because if not, I got to get back to the Bumble profiles. We're only on for about an hour, nephew.
I can't think of any more. I just really appreciate y'all, and I love y'all content. I think I found y'all page like 3 days ago, and I just
thanks, man.
So I'll wait for new ones to be posted. And I didn't know y'all see my content too. I definitely
I have. I had checked you out. Now look, we're live every Monday and Thursday. So if you have some more questions, tap in anytime, man. We appreciate you.
So JD, I'm curious. I got a couple of body weight workouts that I designed during COVID.
Hold on, John.
Still using.
Even though she's truly willing to build, we just don't match in this time frame. Like I'm where I'm at, emotionally, and I have to have somebody on my same level emotionally who wouldn't even disrespect me in the first place. Like that is just off the rip. So she's just not there yet. She's still, is going to have that door open until however long. It's just not. That's just the hard truth, and I accept that and am willing to move on.
Look, nephew, sometimes you got to send women back to deal with people in their league. She's just not on your level, bro.
No, not at all.
All right, we're going to wrap this up and get back to our profiles. Thanks for calling in and tap in anytime, nephew.
By the way, JD, if you want to know a little bit about some of the body weight workouts I was talking about that kind of came up with during COVID, shoot me an email. It's in the live chat, and I'll send you the workouts. I'd love to know what you think about them.
All right, thanks for calling in, nephew. All right, Johnny, back to the profiles. Man, and you know what? Shout out to him. That young man did have a really good head on it, and I can't wait to just. I'll talk to you later about that.
Yeah, definitely, man. Get out there and get it, man.
All right, yeah, we never got back to Reese here. I'm going left on her. I'm with Mini Mom on this one. This is just, she's cool for some of y'all, but all right. Let me check out Anaya. Make sure there's nothing in here I can't show.
By the way, if anybody has any other takes on the situation you just heard about, put it in the live chat. Let us know what you think. What should he do? How should he move forward?
All right, Johnny. Anaya, 27. Says she drinks socially. She's looking for something casual, but there is no bio.
Well, it doesn't get much more casual than that.
She said there's one prompt. It says, one thing you need to know about me is I'm very genuine.
Okay, stop the friggin' truck. Here's what I can't stand. When people use very as something that modifies whatever, whatever thing is. Very, if anybody's seen the movie Dead Poet Society, Robin Williams describes very as a lazy word. There are so many words that parallel the word very that would actually show that you have an understanding not only of the language, but of what people are looking for when they want to see something eye-catching, something that gets their attention. So, I'm sorry. After very, I don't even remember what word she used. What was it?
Let me get back to that. Genuine.
So she's very genuine. She's very genuine. So here's my thing. Let's take the other word, genuine. You're very genuine, or you're only genuine to a certain degree. Look, you're either genuine or you're not. It's like when people say stupid shit like, I half expected this. What do you mean you half expected something? Did you expect it or did you not expect it? Very genuine just sounds like something that she just wanted to kind of make sure that she didn't leave something blank. It's like when you're taking that pop quiz and you know the answer you're giving is not right, but you don't know what the right answer is any damn way, so you might as well not leave it blank. That's what that seems like to me.
All right. I'm very genuine. Okay, that's the same fit, right? She just
Very
turned
genuine.
around.
I'd swipe left just on that.
And we talk about this all the time, women that just upload a couple pictures from their camera roll and they don't really take the time to fill the profile out too well. And they expect you guys to do all the work on this and fill in the blanks. And this is not something I'm in alignment with. And I'm not knocking her.
Some of the blanks.
I'm not knocking her here because she's really just looking to see what's out there. But this ain't for me.
No. There's not enough substance.
No, I mean,
I actually haven't even bothered to look at. I haven't actually even bothered to look at any of her pictures because I wanted to hear what she had to say.
All right, now look, when I see something casual, because we don't have much to go off of on this one, Johnny, but this is going to kind of tell me that there's an undefined structure. Okay, it's not clarity. It means that the woman's probably open to dating multiple people. She's not looking for a commitment. And she's trying to just figure it all out as she goes. Now, we don't assume anything here, but this is information if we're vetting. Yeah. Now, no bio. We talk about this all the time. This means we're doing all the work because she's not telling us about who she is.
Not at all.
So what that means for you, nephews, if you wanted to swipe on Anaya here, you're going to have to lead more. You are going to have to ask better questions, and you have to observe behavior and not just words. Because when you start chasing,
be prepared to lead the conversation.
Yeah, or you start trying to build something out of nothing. Now you're over investing too early. Now, I'm genuine. This is a self-claim.
No. She's very genuine, Uncle Bill. Come on now. If she's very genuine, it's got to be true.
Okay. Anytime someone leads with a trait like that, you don't accept it. You don't verify it because genuine is not something you say. It's something you consistently show. Now, I'll even tell you, Johnny, where these guys will fumble a night here because they would assume casual means easy access, and they would drop their standards. They would think that, like, no pressure.
Yeah.
And next mistake you got, because there's no bio or nothing to go off of, you guys are going to over talk to try to create a connection.
Oh, yes. The 4-hour text message exchanges. Yes.
Okay, now if you do want to pull Anaya here and you match with her, you stay light, but you also stay structured. You don't start chasing the conversation. You don't try to overbuild any kind of connection, and you don't assume her intent. You ask direct questions. That's the only way this works. You watch consistency. And more importantly, you move at your pace and not hers.
And by the way, when Uncle Bill talks about the consistency, he doesn't mean watch the consistency of what she says. He means watch the consistency of what she does. That's what he's talking about.
Now, casual can mean a lot of things, but what does it look like for you? Okay. You got to understand, you're vetting, you're not chasing, you're clear. And I don't like low information profiles. And
no,
and I'll tell you why I don't like them for the nephews, because this exposes a lot of them. They start filling in the gaps. They start projecting potential, Johnny, and then they start over investing too early instead of doing the things that really matter. Like letting this woman reveal who she actually is. And here's the truth. Here's the truth, nephews. If she's truly genuine, it's gonna show. If she's inconsistent, that's gonna show too. It's not your job to guess. It's your job to observe and decide. Go ahead, Johnny.
Yeah, I mean, I liken it to those commercials that you look at when they talk about a great sale they have going on. I don't care where it is, car dealership, Walmart, wherever. They've got this great. But the one thing they don't tell you in the commercial is the actual price. Ask yourself what it might cost you. Is it worth it? Yeah, and I mean, this is kind of like the dating version of that. We're giving you something to look at, and we're not telling you what is even going to be required. We're not talking about what, is going to be presented. I mean, we know nothing.
Well, Johnny, just because it says casual, that doesn't mean careless. If you move careless, you're going to get treated that way with her. I'm swiping left here. I think there's better women on Bumble. No knock on her.
No, not at all, man. Hey.
All right, let's check out our next profile.
By the way, guys, don't forget, while he's vetting this one, to be seen, not to be dated, remember, hit that like and subscribe button if you guys are having a good time watching us tonight. It really helps our algorithm. We're trying to grow this channel, and we're trying to help as many young men, and actually directly or indirectly some young women as well, to help us be able to communicate and understand each other just a little bit better. If we can do that and we can get the word out, man, there's no greater high for us. So yeah, please hit that like, subscribe button, and yeah, appreciate you guys for watching.
I can't even talk enough about acts of service and how they're their own reward. And I want you to know that that's what I see this as, an act of service. I'm not trying to gain subscribers. I'm not trying to get followers, likes, comments. I don't even really care about that. But what I care is getting this information to the people who need to hear it. That's what I care about. Like the young man that called in earlier, man. And again, shout out to him for calling in.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
All right, Johnny. We could probably do a whole show for the ladies on how to make a better profile for them, too. We go through so many of these profiles.
Or at least give them an idea of what they think we care about, but we really don't. That'd be a great episode.
All right. Well, I mean, you want to speak on that, or we'll just save that?
We'll save that. But I mean, I'm going to tell you that if we do create such a show, you're going to want to tune in, because I think you're probably thinking something different than I think. Anyway, we'll see you then.
All right, Johnny, our next profile tonight here is Maria. She's 40. About Maria, it says 40 and firmly in my prime era. I've traded the chaos of my 20s for a life built on peace, great wine, and meaningful connection.
God, I'm gonna eat.
My passport is always ready.
Holy crap.
Looking for a gentleman who values emotional intelligence, loves a good laugh, and is ready for a partner in crime.
Tell us your best years are behind you and you're trying to settle down now, without telling us your best years are behind you and you're trying to settle down now. Oh my God. So, okay. 40 and firmly in my prime era. Look, sweetheart, keep telling yourself that. I'm in the best shape of my life, and even I'm not in my prime, okay? I've traded the chaos of my 20s. Now, look what Uncle Bill, what do you think she means by the chaos of her 20s? Because she's not going to come right out and say it here. I mean, and I wouldn't either. But the chaos of her 20s. What do you think she means there, Bill?
And that right there is all you need to know about bitches.
So,
shout out to Boss Mac Topsoil.
Okay, so we got ran through in our 20s, and now we're 40, and we're in our prime era because now that's our testimony, and we've learned from it. Life built on peace, great wine, and meaningful connection. All right, yeah, whatever. I guess sometimes I like wine too. My passport is always ready. So, hey, if you're ready to settle down with somebody who's finally ready to settle down, I mean, maybe it'd be nice if you took me on expensive vacations. Looking for a gentleman who values emotional intelligence, Now, I'd be willing to bet that this emotional intelligence would include your willingness to forget entirely about the chaos of her 20s. But don't worry, she won't give you that full story anyway. And listen, I'm probably never going to fully tell anybody about my 20s either. All right. Loves a good laugh and is ready for a partner in crime. Okay. The partner in crime thing it's so played out as a line. I'm actually going to ignore it. I think the first two lines here really tell the story. The chaos of my 20s, but now that I've had my fun, I'm ready to settle down. All right, cool. I think that would be all right if either A, I bought that, or B, she was actually in the prime of her life. And listen, I'm not saying that it's impossible to be in the prime of your life when you're in your 40s, but knowing what I know about human biology, fitness, and things like that, the things I went to school for, I'm going to go ahead and say in your 40s, you're not exactly in the physical biological prime of your life. Now, she doesn't say that. She says prime era. So that's the kind of carefulness that you're going to have to look for when it comes to her wording. This girl's actually pretty good. She's in her prime era, not the prime of her life. She didn't say that. This prime era is because after the chaos of her 20s, she's now smarter and is ready to settle down. Or, and that may be, or maybe it's gotten to that point in her life where she's not getting the same attention from the same caliber of guys as she was before. Maybe the guys that are opening the doors for her and buying drinks for her aren't quite as handsome as the guys that did those things 10, 15 years ago. When she was in that chaotic phase. Anyway, Bill, continue.
All right. The surface read for me here, the prime era, the left chaos, chose peace. All right, you guys are going to read this and think, be respectful, be deep, be fun, and you're going to overdo it and over explain. Traded chaos for peace. Now, to me, Johnny, this says that she has a very low tolerance for instability. She's telling us that she's done with drama. She's done with emotional swings. She's done with inconsistent men. So if you come in like hot, cold nephews, overreactive, unclear, you're going to be out. The prime era. Johnny mentioned this earlier. This isn't hype. I think this kind of reflects a woman who knows what she likes. She's not trying to be convinced, and she expects you to show up aligned with her. You guys get intimidated and start auditioning, and that's going to kill you here.
I mean, I'm swiping left, and I'll tell you why. This is somebody who is spending her time writing this profile, convincing herself that she's in the prime era. And again, prime era, she's not saying the prime of her biological physical life. She had that in her chaos in her 20s. I think that being in her prime era justifies what her past or whatever her reputation or whatever it might have been by the fact that, oh, it's cool. She's learned from it. And hey, that's great. I have no issue with that. But let's face it. We've all been through our 20s, or at least Uncle Bill and I have. This young lady clearly has. And there does tend to be a certain trauma, no matter how minor or major it might be, that is always going to stick with you for the remainder of your life. This young lady is in her 40s. She realizes what happened in her 20s. She knows what happened in her 30s. And now she's ready to settle down. I think this might be a fun person to hear some stories from, maybe have a couple of drinks with. But for me, I'm going to go ahead and say that because it seems more, I want to say swipe left here.
Well, Johnny, and of course, one thing I like to do though is give the nephews the game on how to get at this woman or women like this that they come across on their own Bumble, on their own Hinge, on their own Tinder. Now, when I see looking for a gentleman, I'm going to tell you what women mean when they say that they're looking for a gentleman. What they mean is that you're composed. They want you to be decisive. They want you to treat them well without losing your edge.
Well, that's only if they actually understand the definition of gentleman.
Well, not that yes, ma'am energy.
Right. That's some of them mean that, and that's not what you want to do.
Now, look, the partner in crime, lightness inside structure. It's a balance. She wants connection. She wants fun, but not that chaos. Now, I don't like this, Johnny. And I'll tell you for a few reasons. Because I don't like the partner in crime thing. Do you know? Hey, shout out to the baby. Let me put my rod inside your purse.
Bruh.
All right, women like this who want a partner in crime, they've never been around a real gangster.
I sing that in the shower every morning.
Hey, they've never been around a real gangster because if they had, they wouldn't want that smoke.
Yeah.
And I know she's not saying
I don't know, man. Some of them got to be around for a couple of years before that happens.
Well, I know she's not saying she's looking for a gangster. You know what I mean? She's saying partner in crime. You know what? Let's move on. You guys.
But I've seen that type too.
All right, I'm going left here, Johnny. Do I really need to over-explain every profile we get?
I think we got this, man.
We'll pass on Maria, and if one of y'all has some questions about a certain profile, write in about it, call in about it. We got you.
Shout out to Rhea. No, really. To Rhea, shout out. Nope, out. We shout that to her. Out. All right, I thought that was funny.
Yeah, you're hilarious, Johnny.
All
right.
Notice the expression. I mean, he means that.
I wasn't even looking at you, John. I got like 3 or 4 screens going on. I'm about to add like a 5th one and go live on IG too.
Man, you're like the architect in the Matrix, man.
Oh, I'm telling you. Shout out to Rumble. Shout out to YouTube. Shout out to Facebook. Dude. Shout out to TikTok and all the love everybody's been giving us, Johnny.
My YouTube peeps, man, I love that you guys are tuning in for the Monday night show, but I'd love to see you here on Thursday night too.
All right, Johnny. Next up, and I'll tell you what, we'll make this our last profile for the night, or you want to do one more after?
I got the Tom Brady football. You know what? I think this might be a good one to end the night on.
Okay. So we got Katie here. She's 38. She says, I'm looking for my person. I value good communication, mutual respect, progressive outlooks, and a lot of fun. She says, I am outgoing, quirky, empathetic, and funny according to others. I'm hoping to find a genuine connection that leads to something meaningful.
What? Oh, I'm sorry. You lost me after the 4th company line in a row.
All right, Johnny, break it down for him.
This is literally the top 10 list of company lines on online dating apps. And listen, we'll wait. Go look it up. If I'm wrong, I mean, seriously. But this is exactly, I mean, 1, 2, 3, yeah. I mean, these are in that top 10 list. It might even be the actual top 10 list.
You think she copy and pasted it?
I think she asked AI and they gave her the bullshit, basic bitch list. And I think she copied and pasted.
I think women read a lot more than men, and they're just better with their words than I'm telling you. Some of these guys, we see this when they write in on the Monday night show, the way their vernacular, the way they talk. I can't even tell you the amount of guys I've had to talk to when I'm teaching them how to approach a woman that before I can even teach them how to ask if there's anybody in their life that would have a problem if you gave them your number, I have to teach them how to speak with their chest first. Like they just did the vernacular.
Yeah.
But I mean, you could be right. I'm not saying that you're wrong. It could be copy and pasted from another profile. We don't really know much about her. I want to take it at face value though. But yeah, I see what you're saying about the company lines here. Meaningful, good communication, genuine connection. Let's see what else we got here. It does say she never drinks.
Well,
and it also says she's Jewish. All right. She says,
Speaking of vernacular, I put a challenge in the live chat for you, gentlemen, but let's continue.
She says, I get way too excited about going to baseball games.
Well, I mean, hey, look, she's in the wrong state, man. I mean, I live 1.5 miles, 2 miles from PNC Park.
All right, let's see what else we got here. Instead of drinks, let's go to brunch and get French toast.
Throw in a Bloody Mary and I'm in.
All right, nephews. First of all, we talk about having standards, and you should have a standard for your first date. It should be things that you want to do. The woman should basically be accompanying you on something you want to do. So now, sometimes with me, if I'm going to get a drink and I match with a woman who drinks, her profile says she drinks, it'll be like, hey, meet me at this bar at this time. If it's something where she doesn't drink alcohol at all, then that's going to be a coffee date. What we're not going to do is go to brunch and get French toast.
Not the first date anyway.
No. That's not, because that's not the program. The program is one of 4 dates, and it's situational. So that's going to be coffee. That's one of the dates. Alcoholic adult beverage. That's another one of the dates. Now, I know I said coffee, but you could also go with something like hot cocoa in the winter, or in the summer, ice cream is a good one. You can go on a little ice cream date, buy her a little ice cream cone. Now, the fourth one that we talk about is doing some kind of activity in nature, whether it's a duck pond, whether it's hiking, whether it's walking on the beach. It's something you're not going in your pocket for, and you're still spending time with this woman, getting to know her and seeing if you're in alignment with her.
Then and only then should you even think about sharing or spending resources on something further.
Now, if you guys look at this profile and think that she wants a relationship and let me show her I'm that guy, you're going to overinvest, you're going to over talk, or try to lock it down early, and that's what would kill you with a profile like this. What this says to me, the looking for my person, Johnny, long-term filter, not instant commitment. She's not saying be my boyfriend right now. She's saying I'm not here for nonsense, and I'm evaluating for alignment over time, which is exactly what you guys should be doing. You guys skip the vetting phase and you jump straight into proving yourself with these women, and you don't understand that now you're chasing them.
Now that's assuming that she means this and didn't just copy and paste.
See what else we got here. Progressive outlooks. That's the progressive outlooks. That's an alignment test. This isn't agree with me, nephews. This is, can you stand on your own without being reactive?
French toast now.
Now you want French toast, huh?
I do. Now I'm hungry for French toast. Nice going, lady.
2 truths and a lie. She says, I'm a living miracle. I love volunteering for NAMI, N-A-M-I. I think bikini, neon devil horn, kissy face, and photos so blended I can't see someone's face are sexy. All right, I'm not even going to try to decipher.
Yeah,
that.
I'm not sure what that
Hey,
even
Mini
means.
Mom, are you still rocking with us tonight? What's up, Mini Mom? Yes, no, left, right. I'm really thinking left.
I got to tell you, I'm not disagreeing.
If Mini Mom really wanted me to swipe right on her, I'd probably swipe right on her. All right. Hold on. You saying to the left?
All your shiznit in the box to the left.
Me mom must not be rocking with us anymore, which is cool.
Yeah, hey, probably didn't have a nap.
No, I love it when she taps in. All right, so you're saying go left on this one.
I'm saying left, yeah.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, there's really not enough that made me feel like we were aligned in this. And I don't want to waste my time. Nephews, your time is your most valuable resource you have. You're never getting any of that back. So you shouldn't be wasting your time on women that you're just not in alignment with. And the reason I go in depth on a lot of these profiles is because a lot of these women aren't for me, but they might be for you. And we want to arm you with some knowledge to help you stand out from everybody else out here.
Yeah, do it.
We're passing on this one.
Right.
No, Johnny, I don't know. I think we should probably wrap this up for tonight. What time is it?
And by the way, when you meet a Bumble date for the first time, you better wrap it up as well. It's about 11:15 here.
All right. I guess we'll go ahead and I don't like the half-ass stuff, Johnny. If I'm going to get into this and we're going to do one more, we're going to really break it down, or we just wrap the show up for tonight. So you did say one more. This might be a good time to wrap this up tonight. Nephews, you guys got any questions before we wrap this up? Write in, call in. If not, we'll be back Monday.
All right. Well, whether you guys are in Youngstown hanging out or you're here in Pittsburgh celebrating the NFL draft, I don't care where it is, be safe. Keep drugs and alcohol to a minimum. But if you do drink, don't drive. And if you do drive, don't park. Because accidents cause people. Go Steelers.
All right, nephews, bring it on in. Tonight wasn't about these women. It was about how you respond to what's in front of you. Because every profile we broke down tonight, Reese, Maria, Emily, different ages, different lifestyles, different energy, but it was the same kind of pattern. The moment it feels easy, fun, meaningful, chill. So you start adjusting yourself to fit it. You relax your standards, you start performing, and you start trying to be chosen, and that's where you lose. None of these women are asking you to become something else. They're just watching to see, do you stay grounded? Do you move with direction? Do you have standards that you actually live by? Or do you change depending on who you're talking to? Nephews, are you switching up? See, a woman can say she wants fun. She can say she wants peace. She can say she wants connection. But what she responds to is a man who doesn't lose himself trying to give it to her. And that's the difference between a man who gets attention and a man who gets selected. And here's the truth most of you don't want to hear. It's not that women are confusing. It's that you're not paying attention to their patterns. You're listening to their words instead of watching their behaviors. So look, take this with you, nephews. Stop asking yourself, how do I win this woman over? Start asking yourself, does she align with how I move? Does her energy match your standards? Ask yourself, does her behavior show you consistency? Is this woman investing in you or just responding? Because if you don't start betting, you're going to keep ending up in the same situations where you're doing more, you're guessing more, you're always investing, and you're getting less in return. You don't need more tactics, nephews. You need more discipline. You need more awareness. And you need to stop lowering your standards just because she looks good or it feels easy or she says the right things. All right, we're going to wrap this up, nephews, but call in next time. Drop your questions in the chat. Email Uncle Johnny. Lock in, nephews, with us and start swiping smarter. All right, we're out.
Yeah.